Hey guys, so today I want to do a quick little comparison here in specs on the iPhone 5s versus the brand new HTC One M8, which I made a separate video about today, talking about the specs and what's new. But to put it in short here, compared to the previous phone HTC One last year, this one is the HTC One M8. This one has a big display, a 5-inch instead of 4.7, 25% or 20% higher sound on the front side. It has 90% metal on the sides as well. Last year was around 70% of the phone's body, so now on the sides it also is a metal. It has a gold color, a silver color, and this color I'm not really sure what it is, but the gold color here is same as the iPhone 5s, but this one is a little bit more in gold. It has a brand new version of Sense. It has a dual camera, as you can see on there on the back. It has a 5 megapixel front facing camera instead of 2 megapixel in there. It has a better GPU chipset and all those good things, so it's pretty nice actually. We have of course the iPhone 5s here, which was pretty similar to the iPhone 5, but it comes with the fingerprint sensor, comes with the gold and silver color, and slightly different tone there on the silver edition now. That previously was like the white variant, but then the space gray variant didn't have a full black variant of the 5s, but of course the big one was the fingerprint sensor and the 64-bit processor, and of course a little bit of a better flash there on the back. So if we just check this out pretty quick here, compare. Of course, one big thing here is going to be the display. 5-inch Super LCD 3 display here on the M8. That's way bigger than only 4-inch. But both have amazing display technologies. I mean, I have the original HTC, and all the iPhones have amazing displays, but Super LCD 3 versus IPS LCD, I mean, that's going to be a nice killer run there. Of course, way higher resolution display here also on the HTC One, 440 pixels per inch versus 326, but still very sharp, so you're not going to have any problems there. What's cool here with the iPhone 5s is that you have a 1632 and 64GB variant versus only 1632GB variant here on the HTC One. But then again, on the HTC One you have micro SD card option up to 128GB, which is pretty insane. You also get 1GB of extra RAM here. That's probably not something that you will need to use in the HTC One phone, but the camera is interesting here. Only 80 megapixel camera in the iPhone versus Android standard, which is like 60 megapixel right now, at least for this year, 13 last year. But we have a dual 4 megapixel camera here on the HTC One M8. Last year they had a 4 megapixel camera and call it like, I don't remember that, but it was like a super zoom or something. But this time around they have like dual cameras on the back, so I'm not really sure how good it will be, but 4 megapixel sounds pretty lame still, but it's probably still pretty nice here. But then the front facing camera is actually 5 megapixel, which sounds very nice. 1080p 30 frames per second recording versus only a 1.2 megapixel front facing camera here, 720p recording at 30 frames per second on the iPhone 5s. It's going to be a big difference. Of course, iOS 7.1 versus Android, latest version of 4.2 KitKat, Apple's own A7 chipset, which runs amazing. I mean, all iPhones runs amazing on that shit. We have a brand new version of Snapdragon here, Snapdragon 801 on the HTC One M8, same as on the Sony Xperia Z2 and the brand new Galaxy S5. Of course, on processor power, of course, Android takes a little bit more, but still it kills here with the quad-core 2.3 GHz clock or 2.5 GHz if you live in Europe. But yeah, this is for the US, versus only dual-core 1.3 GHz clock here on the iPhone. But still, the iPhone runs very good with that because it's a very simple graphical design, and still the GPU is in the iPhone 6, and you can guarantee that all games will run amazing on the iPhone 5s versus Android, which sometimes some games just doesn't run good because it becomes fragmentation. But still, Adreno 330 GPU here inside of the HTC One M8. It's gonna be a nice race. On the battery side here, you get 2,600 milliamps, which is 1,560 on the iPhone 5s. I mean, we have clearly a winner of HTC One M8, and even if it takes a little bit more power, I mean, 1,000 more milliamps, you're probably going to see a better battery life on the HTC One M8. Plus, it has a very cool battery storage or battery save mode, where you can use if you have 10% battery, you can use your phone for like 30 hours on that or something. I'll see how that will be in real life, but still sounds pretty cool. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm probably going to pick up the HTC One M8 here very soon when it's going to come out on the market, same as some other devices, and then I can do some comparisons with it and see which one I like the most. Yeah, peace out.